In today's video, I'll be reviewing not one, not two, not three, but 6 pairs of Adidas boots, all while wearing a New Balance shirt. What's going on, guys? Josh from soccerreviewsforyou.com, bringing you something a little bit different today that I'm curious to hear your feedback on. In the span of about a week and a half, Adidas has launched 2 colorway packs for their boots, the Archetic pack and the Exhibit pack, both of which I actually think are really good looking. And I'd like to update you guys on this channel with the latest colors, but because there are so many boots, it's difficult for me to make individual videos on absolutely everything. I just have to miss out on certain boots. However, this time around, I got a whole giant collection of both packs in different colorways that I figured would be best to just show you in one individual video. So you'll get a closer look at the colorway. We'll even do the on-feet part for all of these boots as well, and give you a good idea of how all of these colorways look in person. So if this is something that you guys like and perhaps would like to see more of on the channel in the future, please support this video with a like and let me know your feedback down below in the comments. And just like any of my regular reviews, if you're interested in any of the boots that you see in today's video, you can click the first link down below or the little pop-up on screen. That's going to take you to the review page on my website, where you'll find buy it now links with exclusive SR4U coupon codes, where you'll be able to pick up any of these boots in the latest colors below their normal retail prices. So this is the new Exhibit Pack colorway for the X18.1. This is what you'll see all the pros wearing who wear the X model over probably the next month or so. Features a red base with a silver accent in the form of the Adidas stripes that have that nice kind of chrome metallic shine to them. And then you have a combination of the silver and blue in the heel, with the heel liner being a nice blue accent as well. Kind of has that Spider-Man vibe about it. You can also see that within the speed mesh, the little exposed underlayer, the internal liner, if you will, is actually white in color as opposed to gray. So it does have, like I said, a very Spider-Man vibe about it. I'm personally a big fan of how this boot looks in general, and the colorway as a whole I just think is really clean. I like red boots. We seem to be getting a lot of reddish orange boots over the last couple of weeks from all the brands, not just Adidas, but as a whole, I think these look really good. So what I have here is the Archetic pack colorway of the Nemesis 18.1, which, as you can see, is almost a full blackout, but it does have some interesting accents to it. So the top layer of polyurethane is a nice matte black, which I actually really like the look of. And then you can see the exposed part in the collar as well as across the top of the foot is black with a little bit of gray and red mixed in. Same thing goes for the laces, which are mostly black and red. The unique part of this colorway, though, is definitely the Adidas stripes on the lateral side that are actually stitched on kind of holographic material as opposed to just being fused plastic like we would normally see. This does give them somewhat of a homemade vibe, and you can see as it kind of shifts around as the light hits it, it really does change the color of those stripes. I don't particularly love the look of this, but I've seen a lot of people who really do like it, so I'm curious to hear your feedback on it down below in the comments. On the other side, you're going to find that it has the Agility Bandage branding right there in blue, the Nemesis branding in blue on the back, the internal liner and insole is red in color, and then the sole plate, as you can see, is pretty much black with the blue stud tip. So it's a combination of black, red, and blue, which I guess is kind of a little bit unusual, but as far as Nemesis colorways go, being that it's mostly black, it's actually one of the more unique ones we've seen. So this is the Archetic pack colorway for the new Copa 19.1. The launch color was not particularly well received. A lot of people didn't like the champagne color. A lot of people didn't like the orange accent. This is a near blackout, or probably as close as we're going to get for this boot's entire run. And it's nice that they have given it to us right off the bat. So you can see the upper is entirely black in color. It has a little bit of a glossy finish to it. And really the only accent you're going to find as far as color is concerned is in the Adidas stripes here on the lateral side that have this kind of sparkly, almost rainbow color changing effect that actually looks quite good when the light hits it correctly. But for the most part, from a distance, these boots will look entirely blacked out, which is nice. You have the black Copa branding there at the back, and then the sole plate, which does not have a wearable finish, by the way, does have a little bit of a blue tinge to it, and that the stud tips obviously have blue on the inside of the translucent studs. And then if you look really closely, the plastic, it's black in color, but it has this really cool looking kind of blue sparkle in it that just looks premium. It almost looks like the paint on a really expensive car or something like that. Big fan of how this sole plate looks, and the fact that it's not a wearable finish is also really cool. So if you're a fan of blackouts, I don't see why you wouldn't like these. This is the Exhibit Pack Predator 19.1. So just to be clear, because I haven't mentioned it up until this point, the pros are going to be wearing the Exhibit Pack colorways, where the Archetic Pack is more so just a blackout release for the general public that pros are not going to be wearing. So as you can see, it is blue in color with a red and silver accent. These remind me a lot of the Japan-themed Predator Manias that we had way back in the day. Very similar shade of blue, and the red accent, again, just makes me think of that particular boot. I really do like this. The fact that they have done this new kind of outline design on the texturing here for this new generation of Predator, if we can even call it that, because it is basically exactly the same as the Predator 18 generation, I think looks cool, because from this angle you really see the red, and then from this angle or this angle, top down, you almost don't see the red at all. So it kind of has this disappearing effect to it just based on being on this one edge of the texturing. So I do like the look of that. You have the blue across the top with the laces and the collar, although the mid layer of the prime knit, you can see when it stretches out, is red in color, which I think is a nice premium touch. Kind of like a reverse Spider-Man color, if you will, when compared to the X. It has the silver accent, although unlike the X, it is not a chrome color. It's kind of like a dull silver finish. Same thing goes for the rubber heel counter thing that I personally think looks a little bit cheap in this color. I think it would have been nice maybe to see that in red, but again, I'm just kind of guessing. I don't know how it would actually look. And then the sole plate and stud pattern is silver and blue to match the rest of the upper. Overall though, probably one of the better colorways we've had of the Predator so far. So this is the Exhibit Pack colorway of the X18.1, and as you can see, it is a mostly blacked out boot. It's got a nice matte black finish across pretty much the entire upper, a little bit of that kind of color changing rainbow oil slick effect in the Adidas stripes, but again, from a distance, you don't really notice that. The only touch of blue you'll find is in the cracks of the speed mesh upper. You can see there's a little bit of blue on the underside, but it's a very, very subtle accent. The speed mesh branding and the X logo on the back are also blue in color, but again, very minor. Internal lining in blue, and then the sole plate is a nice matte black plastic that typically does look cheap, but it actually matches the color of the upper very closely, which actually I think makes it look quite premium. And you can see the stud tips here in the forefoot are translucent blue as well. Actually a pretty cool twist on a blackout with a little bit of a blue accent, and as a whole, I think if you like blackout boots, these are really good looking. And then the last pair that I have to show you guys is the Adidas Predator 19.1 in the Archetic Pack that I have to say looks really, really good. It's a near blackout with a red accent that really is kind of a classic Predator color combo. Had they incorporated white stripes, I think that probably would have looked really cool, but I'm definitely not mad at the more blackout look that they've gone for here. So it has pretty much a matte black finish to the upper. The stripes are more of a gloss black, as you can see, and have a little bit of a pattern kind of incorporated in there. It does have that slight color changing effect. And then of course, the little accent in the form of the I guess outline on the texturing is red in color. Really like how that accents. Then you have the red on the inside of the collar as well, and you can even see the mid layer when it stretches out. It'll reveal a little bit more red across the top of the foot, which you guys will see later during the on-feet portion of the video. And then of course the sole plate, non-wearable finish, just black plastic with solid red studs. I think if they were translucent, it might have looked a little bit more expensive, but again, kind of as a throwback to the older Preds, none of them had translucent studs. So this actually is, I guess, a little bit more true to an older style Predator colorway, which is something that I'm personally a very big fan of. I guess I should also mention that while these are all top end models, none of them come with a string bag. They used to include a string bag with the .1 models, but that seems to be something that Adidas has recently taken away. Don't know why, but they did. Let's take a look at all these boots on feet. All of the beautiful laces in the following segment have been provided by sr4ulaces.com. If you're interested in changing up the style of your boots in an inexpensive way, head over to sr4ulaces.com. It'll be linked in the description, and there are hundreds of different laces to choose from with free worldwide shipping on any order of $16.99 or more. Thank you. And that pretty much concludes this video, guys. If this is something that you like, let me know down below in the comments. Support this video with a like. That lets me know that you want to see more. And if I ever come into a whole bunch of new colorways at one time, perhaps I'll make another one of these videos. Also, I should mention that if you're interested in more details as far as reviews are concerned on any of these products, there are detailed reviews for every single one, obviously in other colorways, on my channel already. So just do a quick search and you should be able to find exactly what you're looking for. Again, if you're interested in any of these boots for yourself, links to the review pages are down below in the description. Go ahead and check that out. If you do have any questions, as always, leave them down below in the comments. I'll do my best to get an answer out to you as soon as I possibly can. Subscribe if you haven't already for daily videos on all the latest and greatest soccer gear. You can find all my social media information linked down below in the description as well. And other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.